Breaking tonight, 2 people found dead in a quiet Lee County community. Neighbors think they know who it is.
And why the driver says he didn't stop after slamming into this 13-year-old boy riding his bike.
Plus, a fearless airport agent runs into harm's way and runs this explosive item away from a packed crowd.
And I'm tracking a few rain areas south of Bonita Springs, really across Naples now, and even moving towards Marco Island. Where's all this rain going? Will we see more tonight? And a cold front heads our way. What does that mean? The full 7-day forecast is just ahead.
Wink News begins with breaking news.
We start with that breaking news. 2 people found dead in a home in this quiet Lee County community. Neighbors say a couple lived there and they just moved in a few months ago.
Let me show you where this crime scene is unfolding right now. It's at the Moore Shore neighborhood right here, and it's just west of I-75 and north of Palm Beach Boulevard. Wink News reporter Oliver REDSTEN live there hearing from neighbors. Oliver.
Well, John, one neighbor told us she awoke to the sound of deputies searching through backyards just after 4 a.m. in this quiet neighborhood. You can see the sheriff's office has blocked off this road here, Main Avenue, in the Moore Shores neighborhood. The sheriff's office telling us they were dispatched early this morning to a house here on Main Avenue in the Moore Shores neighborhood, right next to I-75. When they got there, they said they found 2 people dead inside the residence. Neighbors tell us the couple who lived in the home just moved in less than a year ago and mostly kept to themselves. And neighbors say they still aren't getting any information about what exactly happened.
I have no idea. I went and talked to some people down there and nobody's telling me anything, so I just want to know whether it's safe or not safe, what should be worried about, but they don't give you any information, so I guess we have to wait and see.
And we'll be working throughout the night to get you information on how those 2 people died. Count on Wink News to bring you any updates as we get them. For now, live in Moore Shores, Oliver REDSTEN, Wink News Now.
And also breaking right now, an earthquake kills at least 61 people and injures more than 300 more. The 7.2 earthquake hit the area near the Iran-Iraq border within the last few hours. We just got this new video showing people running out of what looks to be a mall in Iraq. Count on Wink News for more breaking updates.
Just in, this 13-year-old boy killed in a hit-and-run crash. Deputies say it happened while Shaden Colvin rode his bike near East Naples Middle School. Investigators arrested Pedro Silva Diaz. He told deputies he thought he hit a nail and kept driving. First responders took Colvin from the scene to Tampa General Hospital for internal bleeding, but his family says Colvin didn't make it. We just learned a 23-year-old Naples man died in this violent wreck. Troopers say the victim is Brandon Anderson. Traffic investigators say he hit a 72-year-old woman stopped at a stop sign on Livingston Road and Carlton Lakes Boulevard. You can see the crash flipped both vehicles and knocked out a tree.
And new tonight, a few people showed up to protest Larson's Dairy Farm after a graphic video of animal abuse went public. This is outside their Okeechobee location today. The video from an animal rights group shows farm workers hitting and kicking cows. That same group says they're investigating even worse abuse right here in Lee County. The dairy previously supplied Publix milk, but the grocery store cut ties with them this past week.
New tonight, neighbors living near this toxic sludge dump site in Dunbar got the chance to sound off. The dumping happened back in the 60s, and arsenic was discovered there within the past 10 years. Wink News reporter Chris Grisby was at the first town hall meeting held on the issue that has neighbors threatening to sue the city.
We used to play and hunt for robins, didn't we? And since all that came up, yeah, I'm scared.
Like many people who live near this Dunbar sludge site, playing in this arsenic-infested dump was something they never thought twice about.
We used to call it the quicksand.
Now, many of these people are coming face to face with the environmental threat this site poses. 2 attorneys and a research team from the University of Miami came together today to discuss the need for action.
Obviously, there's a bit of an issue with the community being an African-American community, and you know, how is it that they weren't told about this for so many years?
Right now, this site is being monitored for arsenic levels, but people living nearby say it's too late.
Come to find out that it's polluted and all that, that's a whole nother story.
And now, a case against the city is brewing amongst these people.
We want to find out what other chemicals are out there, what other pollutants are out there, and get this site finally cleaned up.
Meanwhile, medical conditions that could be attributed from this site and lost property value are taking a toll for many of these people.
They get it done right. Clean it up. It's time for something better.
Reporting in Fort Myers, Chris Grisby, Wink News Now.
Right now, an independent geologist is monitoring the city's testing to make sure everything is done properly. The attorney representing many of the neighbors say it could take up to 2 years for the whole cleanup process to get resolved.
Your final chance to get rid of hurricane debris starts just hours from now. Lee County starts its second and final pass of debris removal tomorrow. Contractors will pick up vegetation and things that flew off your house. They say if you miss this pickup, you can still bring your debris to public drop-off sites.
The man serving 60 years for shooting into a busy Lee County restaurant could get less time. A resentencing hearing for Jose Martin starts tomorrow at 1:30. Deputies say he tried to kill his former manager at Gulf Coast Town Center in 2013. A judge handed down the harsh penalty under a minimum sentencing law. The man accused of getting high on meth, then killing a woman in this wrong-way crash will get sentenced tomorrow. This is video from I-75 in Lee County last August. Brian Canfield's convicted of killing 34-year-old Ann Shifley. Count on Wink News for any updates tomorrow.
An unruly suspect busted with the gun in hand's reach while he cursed at deputies. This is Alexandre Almarar's new mugshot. Collier County deputies say they needed to point a gun at him to get him out of the truck. It happened around 3 a.m. yesterday morning at the North Naples Walmart. A man who said Almarar stole his ATV and tried to sell it online set up his own sting here. Deputies say they're still working on possible theft charges. And new tonight, an NFL player arrested on domestic battery charges here in Florida. Deputies arrested Kansas City Chief defensive tackle Roy Miller in Jacksonville. He used to play for the Jaguars. We're still working to find out what exactly happened.
New video of the explosion that kept thousands of people grounded at the Orlando airport this week. Keep an eye on this bag. Investigators say a lithium battery inside exploded, and watch as a security agent comes in, takes the bag, and gets it away from all the people. The explosion halted flights for about 4 hours Friday, and 24 got canceled altogether. You can see the long lines here. The delays stretched into yesterday morning. New tonight, deputies broke through the window of this submerged car to rescue an 82-year-old woman. Hillsborough County investigators say the woman got trapped inside after driving into the pond. One of the deputies cut up his face and arms during the rescue, but the woman is now expected to survive.
And right now, President Donald Trump is in the Philippines meeting with the country's controversial leader. It's the last leg of his marathon tour around Asia. Wink News reporter Laura Podesta brings us the latest on this trip.
Wearing traditional Philippine clothing, President Trump greeted Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte and his wife Sunday. The dinner in Manila was a celebration marking the 50th anniversary of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations.
It is my pleasure to welcome you all to Manila.
During the meal, Mr. Trump and Duterte sat side by side and were seen toasting and talking. Duterte has been under fire for his crackdown on drugs in the Philippines. Since being elected last year, he's accused of ordering police to kill thousands of drug dealers and drug users. He told reporters President Trump has praised his handling of the issue.
And he said something about, you handle it very well.
This comes after brief encounters a day earlier with Russian President Vladimir Putin. President Trump said he believed Putin's claim Russia did not meddle in the 2016 U.S. election. John Brennan, former director of the CIA, and James Clapper, former director of national intelligence, said they were confused by President Trump's comments.
It's very clear that the Russians interfered in the election, and it's still puzzling as to why Mr. Trump does not acknowledge that and embrace it.
On the streets of Manila, people are protesting Mr. Trump's visit to the island nation. At one point, police used water cannons to disperse crowds.
That was Laura Podesta reporting. Trump's visit to the Philippines is the last leg of his 5-nation tour of Asia. He'll spend tomorrow at the Cultural Summit in that country.
Dozens of runners hit the brick streets of historic downtown Fort Myers today for a good cause. The Jog for Justice supports Lee County Legal Aid Society. That society gives free legal services to hundreds of people in Lee County. This year, runners and walkers from every age joined in.
It just makes me really proud because I love helping people. I mean, when you help someone, it makes you feel happy. And I like feeling happy.
It's a great day to come out and get some exercise, but also do it for a reason. So we're running for a reason today.
So cute. Well, this is the 3rd annual Jog for Justice.
And just hours from now, 8 Hendry County children will get their adoptions finalized as part of their National Adoption Awareness. We brought you the emotional moment in Charlotte County when 8 more kids got forever homes this week. More than 50 Southwest Florida children will officially become part of their new families this month.
New tonight.
Dozens paid their respects at this memorial to the people killed in the Texas church shooting. The massacre unfolded 1 week ago, and new tonight we're hearing from the shooter's ex-wife. She said the killer threatened her several times.
And he had a gun in his holster right here, and he took that gun out and he put it to my template, and he told me, "Do you want to die? Do you want to die?"
And just minutes ago, the church reopened for the first time since the shooting. Henry Ramos brings us the latest from Sutherland Springs.
Just a few days ago, the work started to build a memorial inside First Baptist. This was our first time seeing the actual church before crews put up a tarp. Thanks to volunteers and several others, the sanctuary has been reconstructed and restored. Inside is a beautiful memorial that celebrates and pays tribute to the lives lost. Details as to what it will look like are not known. It will be open to the public Sunday at 5 p.m. Meanwhile, Grill Master David Page is doing his part to help out.
Food comes from the heart, and to Texas, barbecue is comfort and warmth.
Page and other strangers united by food at St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Atkins.
Texans help each other out. We try not to leave nobody behind and think about everybody.
These barbecuers are on a mission to give back to the families who have lost so much. Page's friend had a loved one killed in the massacre.
That's the hard part. And that's why I'm here.
So sorry to hear that, Dave.
That's, it's unforeseeable. And I can't imagine what they're going